Okay, guys. All right, so I just want to go over more details of what I know about what happened or whatever. Okay, so I'm gonna start with Andre. So I told you guys like these people were listening to us, like they were eavesdropping with the devices in our houses, right? So when they were eavesdropping with the devices, let me see if I can change this because what's going on? Okay, there we go. So when they were eavesdropping with the devices, they would like take me to where the devices were. So the devices were mainly like with my family, right? So Lady is Andre's mother. Okay, so her real name is Ava. So Lady was living in a house, right? And we were preparing houses for everybody and everything. And Lady and Sadie were like close, like they the same age, right? I think they both were born in 1960. That's why when they threw me out the house and they got Candy, I guess Candy was the other person that was coming over. So June wasn't going to keep me. She was going to like take Candy, okay? So Candy is another person that was kidnapped. She is supposedly Lady's daughter. Her name is Chandress Johnson, and she might have been kidnapped too and given to June. And June is Andre's grandmother, which is Ava's mother. So I went over to they dropped me off over Lady's house to stay there for a second or whatever, right? For some reason, they just always just try to drop me off somewhere. So they dropped me off over Lady's house, and it really is so they can listen to what's going on. It's not so they could because they had something to do, whatever. It'll be like they'll just take me to their house and drop me off, right? So they dropped me off of a lady's house, and they actually would come and pick me up. Now, this is what I just found out. Snuggle Stoney, it was the guy that started trying to date me. His name was Snuggle Stoney. He is the one that kidnapped Andre and took him to Georgia. So I guess he found out. He thought Lady was white. Now, at first I thought it was because he thought Andre was Japanese. No, he thought that Lady was white, and he must have killed my grandmother because he said he was coming over there to do some enrichment with him or something, or take him somewhere for enrichment. So I told y'all we were like sitting on the floor. We just got our t-shirt and underwear on. When they got their t-shirt and underwear on, I got on clothes. So Patrick was in the room and he was like talking to me in like Asian talk, like just I don't know how he do it. I don't know how they talk in Asian talk, y'all. I'm so serious. So he was doing that, and lady called in there. She said, "Patrick, leave the girl alone." So Eric came in there. He got in my face about it too. So we was sitting on the floor. Andre was trying to fix the stuff, but both of them, like everybody was like, Andre and Eric were acting like kind of crazy, right? Because at 5305 we got two poodles, so they probably were acting like the poodles for real. So it's a girl poodle and a boy poodle. So I was telling them like put the stuff up. So I just be following them around the room, talking to them and stuff, just following them around the house, talking to them. So that was it. So we finally sat down on the couch and we sat next to each other. When the man comes over, he sits down. I told y'all J. Cole does this thing when he sit down, he like pull his pants legs out or something like that. And that's what he did too. He sat down and pulled his pants legs out, and he was waiting on Andre. And he actually sat where he sat on the couch. We were sitting on the floor. We were sitting on the floor next to each other. When he came over, he sat on the couch. I don't know if these details are very important, but I'm giving every detail, y'all. So he left. So then I heard a lady on the phone like, "Nah, bring my son back." And he was like, "Nah, I ain't gonna bring him back. You got too many kids over there," or something like that. So she was like, "Nah, bring my son back. You bring my child back, man. Stop playing with my child. Stop playing with my child." So he never brought him back. And that was it. So I think I stayed the night, and somebody came to pick me up in the morning, and that was it. They never brought him back. So that's how Andre 3000 got kidnapped. So Andre, I forgot what he got his middle name as, but Andre Benjamin. And he was kidnapped in, I think it was 1982. Let's see, 1978 to 1982. So they really thought that Ava, because they always try to blame Lady for something. So yeah, he was like kidnapped in either 1982 or 1983. And it was actually because this person thought that his mother was a white woman. So like I told y'all, like in Illinois, the people, they don't want us to be with our lighter family. Like it's not that they white, they are actually Dutch. We're Dutch. So it's not that we are albino and Dutch. Like we just Dutch. That's it. So we either dark or we light. It's nothing like we black, white, whatever. We got Native American in our family, Egyptian. So all of us are Egyptian. So Andre is Egyptian. Every person that I'm talking about is Egyptian. Okay. We are also all Dutch. So some of us are Native American. Some of us are Jewish. Like I'm Jewish. Nikki and Terrell. They are Native American. So that's why it's kind of a split. So they are Native American, and I think Andre is too. Andre, Latto, and Chris are Native American too because of their great grandmother. So I'm blood family, but it's like I'm removed. Like I'm like, I guess I'm somebody's like they like Sandy or Dennis's. Like I'm Abraham Lincoln's family. That's what they found out. So since I'm Abraham Lincoln's family, since we are all related through politics and we are related through under the beginning of the country, that is why they know that I'm their family, right? So they are family of Abraham Lincoln too. So Andre, Latto, Chris, they are all family of Abraham Lincoln too. But I am the direct descendant of Abraham Lincoln. So me and Aubrey are like his great, 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 great grandchildren. Y'all see what I'm saying? So that's what it is. So not slaves, we are actually Jewish. What else? And albino. So if you see dark people in Abraham Lincoln's family, they are albino. If you see dark people in the royal people's family, they are albino because our family is usually lighter. Okay. So the heritage that connects us all together is Dutch. So we all Dutch. Okay. So then we get to because Chris's grandmother and Andre's grandmother, they're sisters. So they like would y'all be first cousins? I guess they both of their grandmothers are sisters. Y'all see what I'm saying? And that's it. So, or second cousins, I guess I don't know how to describe first cousins, second cousins, but they are cousins. Like they like cousins. Y'all see what I'm saying? And Latto is Chris's sister's daughter. So Latto is Chris's niece. All right. So now let's get to Chris. So Chris, that's probably why the woman renamed me. She renamed me Shantae Lakeisha Shula, gave me a birth certificate, a social security card, and a birthday. Okay. So Chris probably was born at that time. So I think that was when I was 5. So it's 83. So she also kidnapped Ashley McGee. So Ashley McGee was kidnapped and she is Russian. She was kidnapped from school. And she is albino because you see Russians are usually light. School and I think she was kidnapped from pre-K. I'm gonna say 1983 or 1984. She was in pre-K. And they said that it was solved, just like they said the whole thing with the Southside rapists was solved. Y'all, it's never solved with us. They never let us get to the authorities. So let me spell kindergarten right. Oh God, you know what? I forget to show these things. I'm supposed to show y'all this stuff. Okay, I'm so sorry. So the first thing, let me recap. So that's Chandris Johnson. Chandris Johnson was also kidnapped And I'm thinking she was kidnapped as a baby because I was already 4 or 5 years old when they kidnapped me. She threw me out of the house. Aunt June threw me out of the house. She had Jody throw me outside of the house. And I don't think Jody even noticed me, right? So she had him throw me out of the house while I guess she was getting another child. That's when she said, Brandy gonna get you. So I think that Candy is Brandy's baby. Y'all see what I'm saying? I'm not Brandy, I am Ruby, and they threw me out the house. My name is Ruby. At some point, I ended up with June, and they had to come pick me up because June wasn't gonna treat me right. June had me in there in my underwear and a t-shirt. And like I said, at some point, somebody got me from the South Side rapist. So that's the best part. It's like I'm telling y'all how I ended up on the floor in the projects eating with the roaches. But guess what? That's better than being raped or stuck in the back and them making me go to sleep. So that was it. So I think she kidnapped Brandy's baby and said it was Ava's. So then Andre 3000 is Andre Benjamin. He was kidnapped about 1982 or 1983. Okay. And it was because I was at his house just visiting because they were trying to figure out who my family was. Okay. They were trying to eavesdrop on my family. So the guy came to the house, said he was going to give him enrichment, took him to Georgia, and never brought him back. Lady stayed up all night trying to get him to bring him back. She tried to talk to the police, everything. He never brought him back. And his name is Snuggle Stoney. He slept with me one day, and then he started acting like I was a bad girl. And then he left me. He wanted to leave me for a hooker, a light-skinned hooker. So he was essentially the person that always wanted them to leave me for a light-skinned girl. So he started that in elementary. So then it was like, what else happened, y'all? That's pertinent. He didn't want me to move in. That's when I found out he thought that lady was a white woman. That's what I was thinking about. So when I was supposed to move in with him, that's when he was like, yeah, it was you and that white woman. Like, what white woman? We were at East St. Louis 5305 with Thee. He also might have had this other girl kidnapped. Her name is Tondela, but her real name is Fallon. And Fallon was kidnapped about like 1985. So I put that on her too. Y'all, they would just kidnap kids and then just like leave them at different houses. So like I said, we lived in a house in Washington Park. They used to kidnap the kids and just throw them in a house across the street. It was a yellow and white house. It didn't have any doors or windows. He would take all the doors and windows off. So then in the wintertime, you'd be like, I used to be like, what they do when it get cold? So I look over there, y'all, the windows be covered or they be open. I think Beyonce one of them. I'm not joking. So then they say Issa one of them too, Issa and Akon, but that's rumors. But I think Beyonce one of them for real. So then when we got to 5305, it was a maroon house that was like all bricks, it's all cobblestones, y'all. And then you can tell that the houses are part of the Underground Railroad because of the cobblestones they use or whatever, right? It's some here in South City too. They use these stones to build the stuff. So that's how the basement was. So when we got over there at 5305, that's how this house was. And it was painted red. It was painted like a maroonish color. They'll just go get the kids from the hospital somewhere, just drive them down the street, just throw them out and put them in their house. So that was it. So at least they are safe. At least now, Andre, Chris, and Latto are safe because it could have been worse. So then I was telling you that they are Egyptian. Okay, they are Dutch, and that's how we are related as a family. Like I'm Abraham Lincoln's real family. I'm his descendant. So that's how Billy knew that I was like part of their family too. And then they are also Native American. So we are all related by being Dutch. I'm Jewish. They are not Jewish, and that's what it is because I'm adopted. So it's like some of my heritage is different from theirs. I think we both Japanese. I think we Japanese too together. So then I was telling you guys about Ashley McGee and how she was abducted and how she is albino. She was kidnapped from a school in East St. Louis in 1983 or 1984. She was in pre-kindergarten. So this was about the same time that they tried to that they changed my name and everything. And then I respelled kindergarten. So then I just told you guys about Fallon being kidnapped in 1985, but it was like probably by the same man that kidnapped Andre 3000. Okay. So now we get to Chris. Okay, so Chris was kidnapped. He was kidnapped later because by that time T was like a little older. So I saw Chris was kidnapped when he was a baby, right? So Chris was kidnapped about 1983. So Chris Brown kidnapped as a baby in 1983. I know that TJ, I don't know TJ's real name. So TJ's mother, our next door neighbor's daughter, helped raise Chris. And she came and told me, y'all, she was like, I'm not going to see TJ anymore. And I guess because she had Chris, right? So that's what she was telling me one side. We was sitting outside at the end of their driveway. She was like, yeah, I'm not going to see TJ anymore. I was like, why are you not going to see TJ anymore? She said, I was thinking about coming and pick him up, but I don't think I could pick him up anymore because she probably already had Chris. So Chris was like, at school one day, he was like, I'm your cousin. I'm like, how are you my cousin? Like, I don't understand how you my cousin. I was like, I gotta ask Nikki and Terrell because you keep saying you my cousin, little boy. I don't know you like that, little boy. So y'all, we had reading groups. I love telling this story about Chris. I already told y'all, didn't I? So we had reading groups. So they were like, okay, you can read, y'all gonna read to the kindergartners or the first graders or whatever, right? So, like, yeah, so they gonna read to you. So he gonna come and he my reading partner. She say, we gonna make him your reading partner. He was like, yeah, because I'm her cousin. Y'all, he just got so much energy. He got so much light. So he just like me, kind of like, right? So if they got the device, me and him like kindred spirits too. So I'm your cousin, right? So finally, I read to him and he's sitting on the floor with me. He like, but can we snuggle? I was like, what? He was like, yes, because that's what the kids do because that's what they do on TV. Y'all, I'm like, dude, you know I am like the least affectionate person in the house. Like, I'm just like, don't touch me. You know what I'm saying? So they didn't know I was with a rapist. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what it is. They knew something happened, but they didn't know it was with the rapist. And they knew that he was still there. Like, he was still creeping in and trying to molest me at night too. So, or staying there and molesting me too. So it's not the way people like make it out. Like when you read the books and stuff, y'all, you'll be like, oh my God. For me, I'm just like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, I'm not messed up in the brain. I don't have any horrible sexual issues or anything like that. It's like, I just made sure I stayed healthy. I just kept myself mentally healthy and mentally stable. Like, I'm not crazy. I'm not a stalker. I'm really focused on myself. I do my work, all this different stuff. You see, I'm a good kid. Like, and I'm not overly good. I drink, I smoke, I have sex. You know what I'm saying? I do everything everybody else do. I'm just not a person that's into crime. I'm not into lying. I'm not into cheating, but I think that's just part of my personality. So that's it. Just lay it on the line. It's like, that's upfront and honest. I was held by a molester who was the Southside rapist. Y'all see, I was raped by the Southside rapist repeatedly and held hostage and drugged. Okay, so much so my teeth turned yellow from the drug. So Chris would not have been safe. He was safer with whoever he was with because all of us were being held hostage so they can take our stuff. So it was like I guess their excuse was they didn't have the money or something like that. That's what they saying. Well, I didn't have the money. Well, I didn't have the money. Well, I ain't got the money now. I ain't sold no pussy and I ain't stole no kids. You see what I'm saying? So that's how we gonna keep that. So anyway, Chris, that's what it was. That was like my first probably and last time seeing Chris. Y'all see what I'm saying? So he is actually, his sister is Angela Nicole Thomas. She's the oldest. I'm actually Chris's aunt through adoption. Angela Nicole Thomas. and that's his sister. And his brother is Antoine. Antoine Terrell Thomas. So that's his brother. Did I put brother? I don't think I put brother. But yeah, that's his brother. That's my partner. I love my cousins. You know, I love Andre too. Andre my favorite too. But Terrell, that's my doctor, my lawyer. Y'all, that's my piece. I'm not joking. I love my cousin. His brother, Antoine. Please, y'all. I go hard. You hear me? Y'all think I go hard for Aubrey? Shit. I go hard for, man, please. I'm talking about I will whoop ass. Y'all hear me? I love my cousin. I'm not joking. But like I said, we all removed, like me and Aubrey are descendants of Abraham Lincoln. So next. Then it's Latto. So let me get to that story. So I told y'all I was being stalked in college. So I was in college in 1998 when Latto was being born. So Nikki just kept having all these issues, and Nikki was older too when she got pregnant. So 1998, I'm like in my 20s. So Nikki probably in her 30s. So Nikki had Latto in her 30s. Like we both had kids later in life. She could have been in her late 20s. So it'll be like, everybody else had kids, and this would have been Nikki's first baby. So I'm at the school. I graduated 2003, but I was having a lot of problems. Like I kept having issues with them just messing with my stuff, stealing my stuff. That was the first time they stole my stuff. They stole my no, it was okay at the college. Now listen, the first time something was stolen was in elementary. Okay. They stole the story in elementary. Then in middle school, that's when I found out Tempe Harmon was my stalker. Then in high school, Tempe Harmon messed with the votes for me to be class president or something like that. I still didn't care about the stuff. Then in college, Shamar and Jack came and started stealing my dances and all that stuff. So I guess that's what a woman got in her idea. She had to steal something from Nikki. Y'all, I'm talking about this is 1998. Nikki is at the hospital and she calls me up there because she lost the baby. So I'm looking at Nikki like, you lost your baby. So she wanted me to be there. So she was being mean to Nikki. She was acting like it didn't matter. Like it just didn't matter. She was being so mean to her. So Nikki really is Antoine Nicole Thomas. That's Chris's sister. So let me put Latto's picture up here. I'm sorry. So she was acting like it just didn't matter. What you mean it don't matter? She was like trying to treat her so cold, y'all. So Latto's name is Alyssa Stevens, and she probably got Stevens from Ariel Stevens, and that's it. She probably got it from Ariel's side of the family or something like that. So anyway, she was just nonchalant about it. And it was actually at St. Alexia. So we own St. Alexia. Angela Nicole Thomas owns St. Alexia. Antoine Terrell Thomas owns St. Alexia. Chris Brown owns St. Alexia. I own St. Alexia. Okay, now y'all see where Shonda Rhimes is getting all this stuff from. So we actually own it. Y'all, they shut it down. They kidnapped Latto. And the woman just continuously just was like being mean to her. I ended up losing the baby, y'all. They took my eggs in 2003. So I supposedly lost the baby in 2003, and I think they took my eggs, or they took the embryo. So I don't know if I got a child from 2003 or not. So that's it right there. So it's like they thought that I wanted to freeze my eggs because I was with somebody that froze their eggs or something. So anyway, Alyssa Stevens was kidnapped in 1998. So this is Alyssa Stevens. That's Latto. From St. Alexia Hospital in South City, St. Louis, Missouri, in 1998 from mother Angela Nicole Thomas. And she got a twin that's missing too, I think, because she was like, she thought that her daughter had a twin. She thought that who is this? Her other child had a twin. She finally had a baby, which is Bree. She thought that she had a twin. So she was like, I don't know if her and Latto are twins. They could have been lying, but that was it. She thought she had a twin. Y'all, they brought in a baby. Look, they brought in like a fake baby body. So it could have been the same thing where she had a light child and a dark child, and they took the light child and kept her with the dark child. So that could have been other thing too. So I don't know if it was that she had a twin or what, but that's what it was. Like, we are albino. We have albino in our life. So it's like when we have albino children, they are usually dark. If our children come out light, that's because they match the rest of our family. But if we have children and they are very dark, they're albino. They don't want to like acknowledge dark albino people because they stole from Billy. They stole from William Billie Thomas, and they are their they are his grandchildren. So that's what it is. So Latto will be considered non-albino. And the child that Nikki had with her, Brianna, she kept trying to make Brianna stupid. She would be considered albino. So they didn't like the fact that because we were dark, that we were smarter than everybody. And I was smart. So it's like, because I was smart, they don't like, nobody liked it. You see what I'm saying? So that's what it is. So either Bree and Latto twins, or they just kidnapped Latto. So I got to ask Angela, because I don't know if she had two. She just kept telling them it felt like I had a baby. Like, it really felt like I had a baby. And I'm talking about that woman had them bring in some fake plastic body of a baby. And they had a funeral and everything. She had her name, the baby, and everything. And Latto is alive. Alyssa Stevens is her daughter. Stop playing with me, y'all. So anyway, that's it for today, y'all. That's it. It's like we are kidnapped. And it's because they just wanted to have somebody famous as children. Chris, Angela, and Antoine are Marvin Gaye's children. So their grandfather is Billie Thomas, William Billie Thomas, which is my father, which is my adoptive father. Their grandmother is Theophilus Nichols. Their mother is Coletta Marie Thomas, and their father is Marvin Gaye. And that's it. They tried to call us and tell us she died in an accident. They didn't tell us that she died in an accident with Teddy Pendergrass, but they put it out there like that's what happened. Because everything on the news out here is surrounded around us. Everything that's on the news is surrounded about me. So anything around me, they'll just make up news about it out here. They're not telling you the truth. So that's what it is. That's why Trump was like, this is fake news. That is the truth. That is the truth. So they called one night and said that Carletta, and I talked to Carletta and Teddy Pendergrass on the phone, and they were bringing Teddy Pendergrass to see me because they knew that I loved Teddy Pendergrass. So Carletta might have already passed away, right? Because she wouldn't really be in the kitchen with us. Nikki would just be kind of spending time with me, right? So sometimes she'll peek around the corner. So she went out one night, and that was it. She called back. She said she wasn't coming back because she was bringing Teddy Pendergrass back. I'm like, ooh, Nikki, listen to me. If I'm going to bed, right? Because if Teddy Pendergrass coming here tomorrow, he probably gonna cook for me and sing for me. Y'all understand? Because I love Teddy Pendergrass. So that's when it was like 4 or 5 days went by, nobody showed up. Y'all, when they showed up, that's when I started humping on the doll. And that's how I would have got somebody raped me. So that was when the Southside rapists had me. So when I was doing it, I was repeating what the Southside rapists did to me. I walked out of the room. So I went into the kitchen, and they were in the kitchen. We didn't see any of their faces. So I don't think it was Sylvester. I don't think it was the woman They were just, and I don't think it was Carletta. They were just sitting at the table. I guess they were ready to pretend to be the family that we had. And that was it. Our family was gone, so we were kidnapped. Y'all see what I'm saying? At that point, again, now they kidnapped Nikki and Terrell. So first they kidnapped me. After that, they kidnapped Nikki and Terrell. And then went to the houses and stole all the food and stuff. So anyway, that's it, y'all. Have a good day. Have a good day.